Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we begin what will probably be a very long series. Final Fantasy is an incredibly important series to me, as it helps cement at an early age the types of video games I enjoy. Fantasy RPGs are my happy place, and even as an old man, I love them. So the plan is to create a video around every single legendary creature from the Final Fantasy set. Leading today's deck is none other than the villain who is convinced he's our best friend, Zenos Galvus. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Zenos Galvus is a 5-mana 4/4 legendary human noble warrior who, when he enters, chooses a creature an opponent controls. That creature is Zenos' first friend. Until the end of turn, creatures other than Zenos and his friend get -2/-2. Now, when your friend leaves the battlefield, we transform Zenos Galvus. Transformed, Zenos becomes Shinryu, Transcendent Rival, an 8/8 legendary dragon with flying. When he transforms, we choose an opponent. When the chosen player loses the game, we win the game. I love this card, and not just because it is powerful. I love it because of the history of the character and how well WotC and Square Enix were able to capture the lore of Zenos in a single card. Spoilers for Final Fantasy XIV. Cute stuff, feel free to post a timestamp for those who want to skip ahead and get to the rest of the video. Zenos Galvus was born a prince of Garlemald. His father, Varus Galvus, was a prince and general who served under Solus Galvus. When Solus died before naming an heir, there was a short but bloody civil war, and Varus wound up the new emperor, making Zenos the new crown prince. Every native Garlean is born with a third eye that allows them to have better spatial recognition, but that ability also comes with a drawback. They cannot interact with etheric energies. Therefore, they cannot use magic. Neither black magic, elemental magic of destruction, or white magic, nature magic capable of healing. But what the Garleans did have was ingenuity, and the world's largest deposit of ceruleum. This led to a rise in magitech, technology that mimicked magic. Everything from guns to mechs to airships became possible. With this power, the Garlean Empire conquered its neighbors. One of the conquered territories was Alamigo, and the regional governor who kept the natives in line with brutal tactics was none other than Zenos Galvus. At the end of Heavensward, the first expansion to Final Fantasy XIV, the Warrior of Light was too late to stop the plot of Ilberd. Not only did he steal a bunch of uniforms belonging to the Grand Companies of Eorzea, implicating them in an attack against the Garlean Empire, he also used the sacrificed bodies of the Alamigan Zealots, combined with the eyes of Nidhogg, to summon a draconic primal. Named Shinryu, it is far too powerful for even the Warrior of Light. So the heroes turn to an ancient Allagan construct known only as Omega, and turn it loose on Shinryu. The two battle across the sky, and both flee from the battle to recover. Now, war is inevitable. Before the start of A Realm Reborn, the Garleans sent one of their legions against Eorzea. 5 years later, Eorzea is still recovering from that battle. Even the great worm Midgarsomer lost his life in that epic confrontation. But the Garleans won't be sending a single legion this time. They will crush all of Eorzea beneath their boot. This is when we first meet Zenos Galvus. We have an encounter with this monster, and he kicks our butt. It is the first time in the game that you are unable to win. Zenos is simply overwhelming. Throughout the rest of the expansion, we're in Stormblood now, we encounter Zenos a couple more times. These encounters stir something within the emptiness that is Zenos' heart. He only enjoys combat, but only when his life is on the line. The problem is, he's fought endlessly for years, and no one has given him a challenge. No one has come close. With a swing of his sword, he cuts down swaths of enemies. But after our second encounter, the fight is a draw. Both of us are forced to retreat. This brings joy to the void in Zenos' breast. And so, we become his first ever friend. Eventually, we fight him in the throne room of Alamigo. After an intense battle, we find out that Zenos has modified himself even further. The Garleans performed perverse experiments to give someone the Echo, the gift that we received from Hydaelyn, and Zenos now also has the Echo. But his version allows him to conquer and merge with primals. And so the final fight of the expansion is between us and Zenos, but he is transformed into Shinryu. You'd think that would be the end of the story. After all, we've fought him multiple times at this point, but of course it isn't. The story continues, but if you want to find out what happens later, you'll have to play the game. But I figure this was a good stopping point, as it explains the reasons behind the card's abilities. Now, before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. I know I'm sponsored, so you may not believe me, but Ultimate Guard katanas are the best sleeves on the planet. They have gorgeous colors like these white ones, are durable and long-lasting, and an absolute joy to shuffle. Let Ultimate Guard protect your cards with katanas. Pick yours up today at your local game store or order it on Amazon. Link down below. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming with my son over on Gaming with Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Our land base consists of Wasteland, Bojuka Bog, Rogue's Passage, War Room, and 32 Swamps. Pretty straightforward. I mean, we could have gone for some of the bigger cards like Cabal Coffers if we'd wanted, but I didn't see the need in this deck. For mana ramp, we've got Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Charcoal Diamond, Jet Medallion, Dark Ritual, Cryptcast, Mindstone, Felwar Stone, Gilded Lotus, Throne of Eldraine, Black Market Connections, Thrawn Dynamo, Sword of Hearth and Home, and Sword of the Animist. Gotta make sure we stay ahead of the curve when it comes to mana. Our card advantage package consists of Phyrexian Arena, Sign-In Blood, Demonic Tutor, Villas Broker of Blood, Twilight Prophet, Reanimate, Animate Dead, Opposition Agent, Read the Bones, Morbid Opportunist, Mask of Memory, and Sword of Fire and Ice. Wanted to make sure we had lots of ways to dig through our deck. For interaction and spot removal, we've got Feed the Swarm, Infernal Grasp, Go for the Throat, Fell the Profane, Withering Torment, Ravenous Chupacabra, Noxious Gearhulk, Hero's Downfall, Bitter Triumph, Meteor Golem, Murderous Rider, Deuthi Voidwalker, Murder, Deadly Rollick, Baleful Mastery, and Astarion's Thirst. Danon, why do you have so much creature spot removal? To trigger our commander, of course. After we make our friend, we need to kill them. Our board wipes consist of Toxic Deluge, Blasphemous Edict, and Damnation. Simple but powerful. The core of our deck consists of Summon Primal Odin, Vorpal Sword, Pact Weapon, Scythe Claw, Harvest's Hand, Strata Scythe, Blackblade Reforged, Shadow Spear, Loxodon Warhammer, Hammer of Dazan, Fire Shrieker, and Tarion Soulcleaver. Supporting our plan, we've also got Swiftfoot Boots, Mithril Coat, Commander's Plate, Darksteel Plate, Champion's Helm, and Ashnod's Intervention. Wanted to make sure our commander was protected after all. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 50 mana sources split between 36 lands and 14 pieces of ramp. Right on target. 12 pieces of card advantage. 16 pieces of interaction. 3 board wipes. 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Dayuthi Voidwalker and Bojuka Bog. 1 Sudden Eye win card in Vorpal Sword. The whole point of this deck is to flip Zenos into Shinryu, choose an opponent, equip Vorpal Sword, swing out, activate Vorpal Sword, and win the game with a Snicker Snack. We have a backup option in Summon Primal Odin. With either of these and a Transform Zenos, ending the game won't be too difficult. Now, some of you are wondering why I didn't include Magitech Scythe or Reaper's Scythe in the deck. Those are very good questions. You see, Reaper's Scythe creates a hero token when it comes onto the battlefield, which I don't hate exactly, but I don't like the idea of Zenos just stealing a scythe from another player. After all, he chooses his scythe after careful consideration, but he's not completely opposed to other weapons. That, and I wanted to be able to equip him right away, not make more tokens. But why not the Magitech Scythe? I mean, Zenos is in the art and everything. That's the scythe he's using in the game. It's canonical. You're correct, dear viewer, but here's the problem. I don't want him to be blocked. I want Zenos to sneak through and finish off our best friend. Which I know goes against canon, but that's fine. He deserves a little bit of the joy that comes from winning. Just a little. Are you building a Zenos Galvus commander deck? What theme are you building it around? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits at gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alix, Borgi, Nazwan Konga, Robert, Pi, Kazaris, Patrick, Tiz, Art, Richard, Sint, Boomy, Osira, Justin, Golden Walker, Ernesto, and Midge. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.